on urbansmartnetwork.com.
Tap in the morning coffee with slingshots and exotic and Taco Montana TV. Let's get into it. Let's get it.
Say we welcome you into the morning too. Say we welcome you into the morning too. Say we welcome you into the morning too. Say we welcome you. Say to the morning too. Say we welcome you.
Donald J. Trump.
Thank you very much, everybody. Well, thank you very, very much. Vice President Vance, Speaker Johnson, Senator Thune, Chief Justice Roberts, Justices of the United States Supreme Court, President Clinton, President Bush, President Obama, President Biden, Vice President Harris, and my fellow citizens. The golden age of America begins right now.
Before we get into it, right, let me ask you, what does that sound like? The golden age starts right now. What does that sound like to you?
Sounds like prosperity, like we about to get some money. You know what I'm saying? That's what it sounds like to me, a lot of gold and coins.
Yeah. So basically prosperity, like you said, I say better wages and stuff like that for people, you know, better work opportunities, better business building opportunities and stuff like that. That's what I get from it,
yeah.
Like, when you say prosperity.
Yes, I mean more money in your pocket. Mm-hmm. Who don't love that? I know I do.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I ain't mean to cut it off. We're going to get back into it.
Let's get back into it.
All right.
From this day forward, our country will flourish and be respected again all over the world. We will be the envy of every nation, and we will not allow ourselves to be taken advantage of any longer. During every single day of the Trump administration, I will very simply put America first. Our sovereignty will be reclaimed. Our safety will be restored. The scales of justice will be rebalanced. The vicious, violent, and unfair weaponization of the Justice Department and our government will end. And our top priority will be to create a nation that is proud, prosperous, and free.
You just said it. You just called it, right, homie? You just said it.
How you love that?
Prosperous, baby, prosperity, man. That's what it sounds like, you know what I mean?
Hey.
No, but I ain't gonna keep cutting it off. We're gonna let y'all get into it, man.
America will soon be greater, stronger, and far more exceptional than ever before. I return to the presidency confident and optimistic that we are at the start of a thrilling new era of national success. A tide of change is sweeping the country, sunlight is pouring over the entire world, and America has the chance to seize this opportunity like never before. But first, we must be honest about the challenges we face. While they are plentiful, they will be annihilated by this great momentum that the world is now witnessing in the United States of America. As we gather today, our government confronts a crisis of trust. For many years, a radical and corrupt establishment has extracted power and wealth from our citizens while the pillars of our society lay broken and seemingly in complete disrepair. We now have a government that cannot manage even a simple crisis at home, while at the same time stumbling into a continuing catalog of catastrophic events abroad. It fails to protect our magnificent, law-abiding American citizens, but provides sanctuary and protection for dangerous criminals, many from prisons and mental institutions that have illegally entered our country from all over the world. We have a government that has given unlimited funding to the defense of foreign borders, but refuses to defend American borders or, more importantly, its own people.
Wow.
Our country can no longer deliver basic services in times of emergency, as recently shown by the wonderful people of North Carolina, who been treated so badly. And other states who are still suffering from a hurricane that took place many months ago. Or more recently, Los Angeles, where we are watching fires still tragically burn from weeks ago without even a token of defense. They're raging through the houses and communities, even affecting some of the wealthiest and most powerful individuals in our country, some of whom are sitting here right now. They don't have a home any longer. That's interesting.
Right.
But we can't let this happen. Everyone is unable to do anything about it. That's going to change. We have a public health system that does not deliver in times of disaster, yet more money is spent on it than any country anywhere in the world. And we have an education system that teaches our children to be ashamed of themselves in many cases, to hate our country despite the love that we try so desperately to provide to them. All of this will change starting today, and it will change very quickly.
What do you think about what he just said?
The things he's saying, I haven't heard nobody even address or
Exactly.
talk about. You get what I mean? I heard them always try to go abroad, the regular people. You know what I'm saying? The average American, everyday person who really does, who don't know politics and stuff like that, especially
Right.
in urban communities and rural areas as well. When I'm used to seeing presidents when they get in, they keep certain promises or whatever,
Right.
they say certain shit, but when they get in there, they're not saying the shit and not talking the lingo that the things that reference to the rural areas and the
Right.
urban communities and things like that. They talk
the
about
blue
things that's
collar.
over the blue collar. They talk about things that go over your head
Yeah, right.
that you wouldn't understand or
Right.
pay attention to. Donald Trump seems to be talking as though you can understand him, the everyday person, average person can understand him. And it's the stuff he's addressing and talking about are not over your head. It's not far-fetched. It's not over your head.
It's reality.
It's reality. And like I said, as being an adult, a grown man, I have to come to terms with myself that it sounds like it sounds great to me.
Okay.
It sounds like, you know, now somebody's talking to me, I can understand now.
Right.
You get what I mean? That means he's talking. If I can understand it, you can understand that. That means he's talking to us.
Right.
He's no longer. He's not talking to them people over there, up
Right.
there no more. You get what I'm saying? So, especially when it comes to the, I don't mean to be long-winded, but
No,
especially when
go
it
ahead.
comes to the schools, these kids in the school programs and stuff like that.
That's important.
You know, that's important, man. I gotta give him a hand on that because it's about the kids, it's about the youth.
Yes.
And what they were under the Obama administration and under the Biden administration, that's when it was getting worse.
Yes.
Under the Biden administration, when it came to the kids in the school educational system, the things that they were trying to indoctrinate the kids with I was against it, bro.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm being honest. I was against it. I'm a father. I had children. That right there is a no-go. When you start involving the kids, it's a no-go. You, other adults, may be. What your preference is, your preference. When you involve innocent kids into your privacy and into whatever you like behind closed doors, I got a problem with that.
Right.
I also had a problem, and I don't have nothing against nobody.
Exactly.
Got family members that are part of the LGBTQ, whatever you call it,
We
community.
love all y'all.
We love them. That's a grown-up thing. That's an adult thing, though.
That's all.
That's an adult thing. You know what I mean? Don't get them involved. We can't get kids involved in heterosexuality. We can't go perverse and flaunt that to them.
No, we can't.
We can't do that.
At all.
They had to become a certain age. They had to become of that before you allow that to happen. You get what I'm saying? So
Right.
I applaud them on that. When it comes to the kids, I applaud them on that, man.
That's wonderful. But it sounds like you're saying something great to me, because some people have said he's not presidential. But I want to ask you, after this speech and what he's saying, do you feel he's presidential?
So far, let me hear him out. Let me hear this.
Okay.
Let me finish here
Yes,
because
indeed. We'll answer that at the end.
Yeah, let me hear him out. You know what I mean?
Yes.
My recent election is a mandate to completely and totally reverse a horrible betrayal and all of these many betrayals that have taken place, and to give the people back their faith, their wealth, their democracy, and indeed their freedom. From this moment on, America's decline is over.
I want to stop it there. Like he said, giving you your freedom back. Like, I don't know if anybody, especially our culture,
Right.
but anybody for that matter, was aware that that freedom of speech was taken away from us.
Correct.
One of your constitutional rights as a human being, an American, was taken away from you. A lot of people don't know that, though.
Exactly.
That was one of the reasons, you know, on your social platforms, different social networks and stuff like that, you couldn't, you know, post certain things, you know, say certain words
Yes.
or certain videos. You couldn't do that because under the Biden administration, in the other that other administration, Obama and Michelle, under that situation, they were told, these platforms were told, you know, that can't, you know, continue because it was considered a form of bullying,
Right.
harassing. Your freedom of speech became a form of bullying, no matter what it was. And you may not have been maliciously bullying nobody or doing things like, you know, like what we know bullying for.
Right.
You may have not been doing that, but your opinion, your so-called opinion became what they call hate.
Right.
And so since you had no freedom of speech, you had no freedom to and right to share your opinion with the world or whoever you shared it with. So that within itself, taking your freedom of speech away from you, people's freedom of speech away from them, is bullying within itself.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And you know, there you go again. I gotta go with Donald Trump and agree with him on that. Your freedom of speech was given back to you yesterday.
Thank you.
Yesterday, the day of inauguration, Mark Zuckerberg was just here in DC. You know, we live here in the nation's capital. He was just here. And I've been keeping up with, I seen a video that, you know, Mark posted.
Right.
You know what I mean? And saying how the Biden administration came to him and did that.
Exactly.
Threatening to, you know, take his platform.
Exactly.
His means on how he feed his family. You know what I mean? And his platform was based on giving people a platform for people to have freedom of speech.
Exactly.
That's what his platform was based off of. You know what I mean? They threatened to take that from him. Or do, you know, find him in some type of, whatever it was. Trump has just given that back. And to all you TikTok users, I'm not a TikTok user.
Me neither.
I've seen it, but I'm not a TikTok user. You TikTok users, it's supposed to have been gone. But under a mandate, he gave him a certain amount of time. He gave him a 90-day, time period.
Look at that.
Let's work it out. We ain't gonna just snatch it from the people like that, because he thinking about the Americans that use TikTok.
Yes,
You
indeed.
get what I'm saying? So he trying to see if they can work something out. 90 days. You know what I mean? Y'all, you might not be Trump supporters, but that's another thing. He's looking out for y'all.
He's a president for all.
He's president for all, you know what I mean? And we got to come to terms with this, man, because everything I heard Kamala talking about before the election, during the campaign, had nothing to do with us.
Nothing.
It had nothing to do with us. Had nothing to do with us, man. She was one of the ones that was, like I told you, them other political, over your head. She was going to go that route. Hide it from you. When they start talking about things, addressing things over your head, what they're going to do, that's fall for the people that live in the rural communities, trailer parks and urban communities, when they start talking as though you can't understand, just believe it's something wrong there.
Right.
Because you can't understand and follow. If they're not talking your lingo, it's something that they hide.
Right.
This man comes in talking the lingo. You know
It's
what I mean?
relatable.
Relatable. That's what I got for that. You want me to get back into it?
Yeah, but one little side note for those, if you want to make a comment, that he didn't cover in what he said earlier, and that was, it also was in the Trump administration. That's because Trump didn't know the game. Mm-hmm. So when he first came in, he didn't know the game. Mm-hmm. So, they were able to silence him and knock him off of Twitter.
Oh, yeah,
he didn't know the game, but now that he know the game, clean house. That's presidential, but we can get back into it. Yeah.
Our liberties and our nation's glorious destiny will no longer be denied, and we will immediately restore the integrity, competency, and loyalty of America's government. Over the past 8 years, I have been tested and challenged more than any president in our 250-year history, and I've learned a lot along the way. The journey to reclaim our republic has not been an easy one, that I can tell you. Those who wish to stop our cause have tried to take my freedom and indeed to take my life. Just a few months ago in a beautiful Pennsylvania field, an assassin's bullet ripped through my ear. But I felt then, and believe even more so now, that my life was saved for a reason. I was saved by God to make America great again. Thank you very much. That is why each day under our administration of American patriots, we will be working to meet every crisis with dignity and power and strength. We will move with purpose and speed to bring back hope, prosperity, safety, and peace for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. For American citizens, January 20th, 2025 is Liberation Day. It is my hope that our recent presidential election will be remembered as the greatest and most consequential election in the history of our country. As our victory showed, the entire nation is rapidly unifying behind our agenda with dramatic increases in support from virtually every element of our society, young and old, men and women, African Americans, Hispanic Americans, Asian Americans, urban, suburban, rural. And very importantly, we had a powerful win in all 7 swing states And the popular vote, we won by millions of people. To the Black and Hispanic communities, I want to thank you for the tremendous outpouring of love and trust that you have shown me with your vote. We set records, and I will not forget it. I've heard your voices in the campaign, and I look forward to working with you in the years to come. Today is Martin Luther King Day, and his honor, this will be a great honor, but in his honor we will strive together to make his dream a reality. We will make his dream come true.
How you love that? Yeah, how you love that? Yeah, what you gotta say there?
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, man. You know, it is what it is, man. Like I said, it goes back to being an adult, man.
Right.
And having common sense, man. You know what I mean? Reality is reality, like the big homie said, man. It is what it is, man. And he's in the White House now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're just gonna have to. He's still the president of the United States, our home. You're still gonna have to support it. You know what I mean? Like I say, I understand him.
Right.
I understand him. You know what I mean? And as a businessman, adult, it benefits and sounds. I mean, it has to work. You get what I mean? Everything he's saying, it has to work from a business mind. You know what I mean? It's about time that the country be ran like a business, because politics it keeps failing us.
No prosperity.
There's no prosperity in politics.
No.
Politics continues to fail us
Over and
over and over again.
Yeah.
So like he said, these other countries, you get what I'm saying? How they run their system and things like that. You get what I'm saying? We supposed to be ran that way too.
Exactly.
You know, like, you know, the IRS situation. I heard about the IRS situation. You know
I
what I'm saying?
that.
R.I.P. to the IRS.
Salute.
You know what I mean? The ERS, make room for the ERS.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? The external revenue.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So, you know, that helps the people, that benefits the people. You get what I'm saying? All people. You get what I'm saying? No more IRS. That means, hey man, you still may be taxed for your goods and store small tax on your goods and things like
I
that.
can do that.
But your wages, you don't have to worry about that.
More money.
30 to more money, 30 to 40% increase in wages.
Snacks.
More job opportunities, more business grants and openings. You
For
get
people
what I'm
that
saying?
look like me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For all of us.
All of us.
You get what I mean? He's giving you action wisdom. I also seen it's not like he's trying to, you know, he's like people far as on assisted living and, you know, welfare or whatever, things like that. He's not cutting it off like you're snatching it from you just in limbo and you got to figure it out. No, it's not what it is. He's making it and designing it so as though the welfare program is designed to do what it's supposed to do when it was first created years ago after the Great Depression.
It's like a lift.
Yeah, it's supposed to be steps. It lifts you up.
Yes.
Put you, it gets you on, you know, your food stamp assistance for like what 1 or 2 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Put you through programs, get you jobs, and then you get on with. That's what it's supposed to be for. So basically, he's trying to make the welfare system set out and do their goddamn job.
That's all.
Do the job that they were created to do. That's it. That's all.
That they failed at.
That they failed at. It's nothing threatening about that. You get what I'm saying? They failed at it, just like the prison systems and the detention system, they called it, remember? So if a detention system, that means that a correctional, listen to it, it's detention center, correctional facilities. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
These are places that's supposed to rehab you and make you become better people. So they're supposed to put you through these steps and programs, and a lot of people, like especially the feds, they do have programs for you to better yourself, but you have to take the initiative. You get what I'm saying? That's what they supposed to be for, but they set up and became something different.
Right.
So basically it sounds like to me, he's making sure that do your job.
Do your job.
Do what you said you were supposed to do. You get what I mean? Like the Panama Canal. They didn't keep their word many years ago.
Let me get that back.
Okay. See, a lot of the other politicians, they could care less. They didn't mention none of that shit.
Man, they don't know nothing.
You didn't know. We didn't know until he brought it up. Why? Because he talking our lingo.
Exactly.
He talking to the people.
We understand.
We understand it. He not going above our head, man.
Yeah.
You didn't know that. Don't lie. Just like a lot of y'all didn't know that your freedom of speech was taken.
You didn't know.
Years ago. You didn't know. I know you go on social media. Why they just keep kicking me out? They put me in jail. Hold on, my account suspended. You didn't even know that until he revealed it. Anything you else to do?
Yeah, man. You know, and the other things, you know, that he has done. You know, like you said, when you went to the store, you noticed that the vans was out there. Tell them about that. Tell them what's going down. Hold up before you get in that. And the people are self-deported. That's what it is. A boss is in the house with the bosses. That's what it is. Tell them about what you saw when you went out there.
Listen, it's just like this. People take other people's kindness for weakness.
Yes.
And if you give him, or you don't say nothing, if you give a person an inch, they'll take a mile. Matter of fact, you give a person an inch nowadays, they go cross country with it.
Exactly.
They go cross country with it. And with that being said, is that they saying Biden was too old. He ain't saying nothing. Sleepy Joe. You know what I mean? Kamala, she a female. Men, we gonna run over her. That's what men do. That's just, I'm being real, I'm talking real now. That's men nature. They gonna run over a woman. You get what I'm saying? So therefore, they was taking their kindness and their ignorance for weakness.
Yes.
They took Kamala. And let me say this. If these people that's coming across this border, these little countries, small countries and islands, was taking, you know, Kamala and Biden for granted and laughing at them and doing coming on over. What you think these big countries that's bigger than us, and that's what you think they were gonna do if they, come on, if she got in office?
Attack us.
Attack us, man. I wasn't gonna sleep well.
Invade us.
I wasn't gonna sleep well. You get what I'm saying? They wanna take advantage of her. They gonna try to run over her. I'm being real, they were gonna try to run over her. But guess what? Like you said, when he get back in office, everybody. Oh, hold up.
They sit down.
We can't run over him. They got him. They, like you said, they self-deported each other.
Self-deported.
But oh my goodness, big homie.
Mexico taking them back. They all talk. We ain't gonna do this with Trump. Everybody's now going back into their place. The seas war. Think about this.
Exactly.
And then he got the people free. So we gotta understand that when he come in, he means business. So he's gonna negotiate and tell the people, hey look, we done gave you this and that. You gonna give us this or else. And the people like, you know what, Trump, here you go.
Hey man, let me tell you something, man. Went to go get my morning coffee this morning, right?
Yeah.
On my way to I go in the store, you know, get my coffee and everything, make my coffee. I'm in there for a few minutes, you know what I mean? I get to the register, it's a young lady in front of me. So, matter of fact, it's two people in front of me, right? So I'm waiting in line. As I'm waiting in line, I see, I look outside the store. I see a police cruiser pulling up, right? Police cruiser get out. I'm just staring out. I ain't paying no attention. I'm just looking outside. But I'm not. As I'm staring, I look to see the police officer get out his cruiser, and he walks over to two big ass Sprinter vans. I seen when I walked up to the store, I seen the two Sprinter vans sitting out there, but you couldn't see in them.
Right.
You couldn't see in them, black ones. I see him get out his cruiser, walk over to the Sprinter van window come down. He's sitting, you know, they took their hands in their faces, he talking. I said, oh my goodness. I looked up in there, right? I said, oh my goodness, what's this? as I'm observing now, I'm becoming observant.
Right.
In my surroundings now.
Right. Like what's going down?
I'm familiar with these surroundings. It's not as usual. The vibe is off. I'm in this market and I can hear a pin drop. So I'm looking around and I see a couple of people that, you know, be around the market and work
Right.
the market. They like how they're looking out. Now they staring.
Right.
So that means they aware
They
what's going
alert.
on. So I'm ear hustling now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm using my peripheral at the same time while I'm paying for my shit. Come to find out, that's ICE. ICE is out there early this morning. This is the first day after the inauguration. ICE is out there, bro. And as I started leaving the store, I'm looking. I usually see, you know, our Latino brother, you know, out there, thick, the laundromat and everything.
Having a party.
No, not today.
Ghost Town.
Yeah, not today, man.
You mean business, man.
I mean, you see the usuals that been around here from back in the day.
Right.
All them new ones, all them. I'm gonna tell you another thing. I don't know about nowhere else, but we had a little, you know, the scooter thing came through real thick right after last summer. They started coming through real heavy. You know, I ain't seen them. I ain't seen them. I didn't see them this morning, bro.
I ain't picking them up, man.
I'm being real with you, man.
And that's
I wish I could have just whipped it. You feel me? And got this.
But there's other people. There's other
Real.
people. You can look on the internet. There's other people who's gonna show you that they rounding them up.
And if this happening in your city, man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment, man, because this is one day. I didn't know when he said this is gonna be the fastest and the biggest mass deportation in history. I didn't know when he said fast, he was talking about 2 days.
He's not
one
playing.
day. Not even a full 24 hours. I'm in Washington, D.C., so it's gonna happen here. We the Nation Sky, it's gonna happen here first. You gonna see it. And I'll be there, I saw it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. One more thing. Now we're at the end of the show. So is he presidential? Yeah.
Hey man, you hear what he said to the black and brown community, man. It sounds like it sounds presidential to me. You know what I mean? I just gotta be honest, man.
Let's be honest.
I ain't gonna be always see right here, you know, morning coffee, man. You know, we been talking, man. We throwing back and forth. You know what I mean? But I gotta agree with the big homie, man. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is.
And like I said, whether we like it
Or not.
he's in office. And guess what? You gotta support him and roll with it. You know what I mean? That's what it is, man. I do feel I can go to sleep though.
Yes,
at night.
indeed.
You feel me?
I do feel my fingers about to get bigger.
You know?
Yeah, I can feel it already. All that money is coming.
Within all honesty, I can say I'm not worried about no invasions or anything like that.
No.
You know what I mean? I can really say this, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm being real with you.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know ain't nothing to swear about us. You know we know what it is. You know we come from it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
If she would have got in there, I wouldn't have slept with her, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was gonna happen. It was gonna happen.
You know, grocery prices.
And just like you said some real. You said some real, you know, shit to me. You said made a real statement. You said if good things happen for certain people, right?
Exactly.
Within themselves, and they say, you know, God, you know, if it wasn't for God, you know, this wouldn't have happened for me.
Yes.
You can't be selfish.
You can't be.
Because God intervened and made it happen for Donald Trump as well. So good for him. So we can't be selfish. And if we are true people of God,
yes,
no matter if we Christians, Muslims, no matter, you cannot judge or denounce that man of God. You can't take away God doing something for him neither. Just like he does for you. That's selfish.
That's selfish.
That's not God. That's not godly.
Yeah, the only thing it works for you, you know.
Yeah.
And it works for all of us.
All of us.
There's 8.1 billion people around the globe.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah.
And always believe that peace brings prosperity and prosperity brings peace.
Peace.
Peace.